Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl, MsBrownCali. And yeah, today's really hot out. So no wig, no nothing, just a little natural. Little something. Yeah, I had some little dude make a little comment. So this one's for you. Talking about my wigs. I don't have to wear wigs. I wear them because I like to. But back into the subject. So, I thought I'd have a little something today. Today is super hot in California. But let's talk about this Will and Jada. What, man, I tell you, it is like the shit hit the fan and landed right in Will's face. I could not believe. First off, let's start by saying, why have y'all people come out and say, oh, this not true, that's not true, and then admit to it? Like, that made no sense. Everybody knew it was a lie. Everybody could tell that man was so heartbroken and torn to pieces, and I don't get it. If you already knew he was messed up, you know that was gonna make the matter worse. So yeah, that didn't make sense to me. But okay, so when Jada, what I thought was the most interesting about it was how they rehearsed what they was gonna say. They had that plan. Like, that was so, like, okay, we're gonna talk about it, like, cause they use kind of codes and stuff like that. So they had already said, well, we'll talk on this and we won't talk on that, because it was obvious that during the talk, the little conversation it was having, Will wanted her, look, this is going to affect me. You need to say what happened. You need to say that we were separated. That's why you hooked up with him. You need to get this out here. You need to say that. I can't say it. You need to say it. So she said, and then he says, yeah, because I was done with your ass and stuff. So I was like, okay, so if a man says I was done with your ass, that means he was doing him too. That's why I believe August said he was like, okay, I'm cool with it. I believe there was some type of conversation. And it was known that the relationship had, the friendship had turned into more than just a friendship. Because first of all, a woman knows when her man is cheating. You know something ain't right, and I'm sure a man knows the same thing. So something was not right. So I think there was a conversation. Now maybe he didn't use those exact words, but there was some type of conversation. So there's been rumors that Will been cheating for the longest. So I think Will was so devastated that the nature of the relationship was so strong, because men had this thing, they cheat and it's nothing serious. But I think that Jada in August cheating, it was more than that. It was a serious relationship. There was a bond growing there, and I think that's why Will was hurt. You can see it all. You can see he's ready to cry. I almost felt sorry for him. Almost. But you reap what you sow. At some point, men do this all the time. You out here playing. Everybody heard all the rumors, especially when he did Ali. There was all kind of rumors he was messing with his wives on the show. We won't say names, but and Jada been living with this for years. But a lot of men can dish it out, but they can't handle it. So I think Jada just wanted to say entanglement, the new trending word, because she didn't want to say I had an affair, So we just gonna entangle, and we'll call her. No, you gonna say what it is. You can call it what it is. Spade. You can call it what it is. No, so So she never admitted to having an affair. She admitted to having an entanglement. That's that new. No, I'm not gonna admit to that. I'm into entangling, but okay. What I also thought was interesting was that when he said he's gonna get her back, and she kind of was like, "Didn't you start this?" Like when she said, "Oh, you already got me back. You already, I think you've already done that." And to me, I read that as, you've been doing you. Don't even start that. Ain't no getting no back. But I believe when people who are worth that much money have a lot to lose, and you've built a brand, you don't want to tarnish your brand. So it's better to stay together. It's cheaper to keep them. And it's not about money, it's just a saying, it's cheaper to keep her, but it's about, hey, we need to keep this image up for society, because people think that we are marriage goals, and truthfully, we doing our own separate thing. We just portraying this image to the world. And so now that August has spilled the beans, and if you've seen that picture of August, if I can't find it, I was looking for it and I couldn't find it earlier. I see why Jada was out there in them streets, especially when she said, "I was cheating because I wanted to feel good." That said a lot, because I interpret that as your husband was making you feel bad. And when he said, "No, you need to find your own happiness. It's not my responsibility to make you happy." But is it your responsibility if you're hurting her? So I thought their wording was very interesting, the way they communicate with each other, because I interpret that as like, yeah, it's not your responsibility to make me feel good, but it's not your responsibility to cause me pain either. And I took it as that you are causing me pain, and that's why I'm attracted to him, because he's making me feel good and I'm not experiencing pain with him. And a lot of times that's why people cheat, because it's what they're missing at home. And it's not necessarily, it's about an emotion, a feeling. It's not necessarily about finances, because finances can be a reason for cheating too. But nobody's perfect. We're all human. We all make mistakes. But the commitment in a marriage is what you live for. You realize, okay, we are human. We have gone through this, and for the public to know all your little dirty secrets is even worse. And you just have to own up to it and face it and move forward. I wonder how the kids are taking it, especially Jaden, since that was your friend and you introduced him to your family. I wonder how that has affected him. I think that would make my children feel some type of way if I started having a relationship with one of their friends. That's the conversation I would like to see. I would like to see them bring the kids to the red table and say, how did this affect you guys knowing this happened? So I would love to find out, because most of the time kids don't want their friends sleep with their parents, either way, male or female. That's like, no. So I'm glad that they're working through this, or they have worked through this. I really feel sorry for August, because he seemed like he's grieving. He's really hurt and distraught, because I really think that he thought Jada is going to be with him. From what they're saying, they were separated. They're doing their own thing. I think that he was so emotionally involved and attached to her because he saw this as the woman he's going to spend the rest of his life with. And I think that's why he came public with it, because he was hoping, if I expose you, now's your time to leave. We don't have to hide this anymore. You can come be with me freely. And I think it backfired, because they're like, no, baby. No. We're going to shut this down, and we're going to make this continue to work. So I hope this don't destroy him, because they were saying how sick he was, and something like this can really send somebody over the edge. And all we can do is pray for him. And those are my 2 cents. Into the next one. Peace.